weeks ago, Tegeler released their reverb plugin called the Raum Machine, and I got a lot of requests from all of you if I could compare it with the real Raumzeit machine. So that's what we're going to do today. And let's get started. So this is my trusty Raumzeit machine. I think I purchased this thing in 2019, if I'm correct. And it is basically my favorite reverb. And as a close second, it's the PCM60, as well as the EMT reverb plate that I have standing upstairs. Anyway, what I really like about the Raumzeit machine is the simplicity of control. And we can see this in the plugin as well. So you have a few utilitarian controls: input, output, mix, and pre-delay as well, because that's just a delay. And then in order to control reverb and basically create everything that the unit can do, you have density, size, and decay. And I have always really liked that simplicity. If you dive into a lexicon reverb, you get a lot of parameters, which also means that you can create a lot of different sounds with it. But it's also very confusing in setting them up. With the Raumzeit machine and also probably the Raum machine, you get 3 controls that influence each other. So one of the things to take into account is that adjusting the density will probably also adjust how the room size parameter sounds. Does that make sense? Yeah, anyway. Now I've always wondered why Tegeler didn't make a Raum machine in the plugin, because this unit is very digital. I think the only real analog thing about it is that it has a tube buffered output stage or something. I don't know how important that is. And it really is digital like a plugin, because the Raumzeit machine has a remote control. Look at this. So this is the remote control, and I can just adjust every single knob, and there's a little motor that adjusts on the front plate as well. So that way you can easily recall presets and recall your session. Small detail, by the way, you'll see a blue light on the plugin, but my Raumzeit machine has a yellow light. I modified it because I hate blue lights. I'm wearing glasses. They do in my face. I see all kinds of weird things when I'm looking straight into a blue light. Blue lights should be forbidden on equipment forever. Anyway, I modified it with a yellow light, and actually all of my Tegeler gear, and I don't know if I modified them all, but all of my Tegeler gear now have yellow lights instead of blue lights. Let's first do this on a full track and create some atmosphere around this track. I'm using a known version of Sandstorm by the Root because everybody really liked this track, so I'm using it again. And the actual name of the track is Close to Heaven from the artist Kingsis. A lot of people were asking about this, so there it is, but in my videos it's just Sandstorm by the Root. So let's create a small sized room here. Oh, there's pre-delay. So what I find a little bit weird here is that sounds pretty good, by the way. Let's turn this. So when matching the gain, you see there are numbers here assigned to the potentiometers, and those numbers show a more precise value. But we've got input control from 0 to 10, but on these numbers we've got 0.02 to 1.5. What does that even mean? Like, it's input. We already have 0 to 10, which says nothing, and this says another lot of nothing. Like, density, I can understand that that's like something you can't describe. Pre-delay, they're showing it in milliseconds. Size, they're showing it in cubic meters. Decay, they're probably showing it in seconds. Do they show it in seconds? Nobody knows. Mix in percentage. But why not showing input and output as decibels? Like amount of attenuation, amount of boost, whatever. Shouldn't be, I mean, makes some sense, I think. Anyway. Nice atmosphere. Let's see if we can replicate this on the real Roundside machine. So it's difficult here because there's no precise readout of the parameters, which is also something I'm a bit annoyed about. Like, it has a huge ass display on it. And this thing basically shows nothing. Basically what it's doing. I know that from experience. Like, the internal part of the circle is your input and the outside is the output, but doesn't work for me. If I adjust the parameter, why doesn't it just show on the screen what I'm adjusting and to which exact value? That makes comparisons like these a lot easier. Like, comparisons between analog and digital are already super difficult to get right. It's basically impossible to get right. So now we have a digitally controlled thing and I still can't do a good job of doing the comparison. Yeah, I'm just setting the knobs in the same position. I think that's the only thing I can do. I mean 0.34, but the knob really points at 4.2-ish. I don't know, let's go for it.
You were beautiful, just like a flower. I could walk with you for 1,000,000 miles and it would not get tired. Where you go, I'll go, winter or summer. I don't care the seasons change. 'Cause darling, I'll stay right here with you.
I mean, that's not the same. It's both pretty nice, but it's not the same. Let's turn the mix all the way to 100. That's easier to compare. Oh. So I think in the original review, I said a German word called Fingerspitzengefühl, and that really means that it's very sensitive for adjustments, and that's basically what we're running into for this comparison. So completely sounds different. Like all right. So that's difficult, matching up settings. But what I've noticed is that there is a presets tab under this plugin where you have vocal presets. And on the Roundside machine, you also have presets. This is only available in the plugin. But you can also select vocal deep. It's not the same. It's not the same. But also the settings are different. Here you go. Like everybody's requesting a comparison, but how am I going to compare this? Okay, vocal hall, vocal hall.
I could walk with you for 1,000,000 miles and my feet would not get tired. Where you go, I'll go, winter or summer.
Okay.
I don't care if the seasons change. 'Cause darling, I'll stay right here with you.
Input all the way up. Why?
Every night and every day. 'Cause darling, there's nothing in this world I'd rather do. Never been this close to heaven. Never felt something just like this ecstasy. Never been this close to heaven. I don't know if this is real.
I mean, what do you think? I have to say that like the Raum Machine plugin costs 99 euros, and the Raum Side Machine costs 2,700 euros, excluding the costs of cabling it, connecting it. Maybe you have to buy an interface for it, whatever. So that's a huge difference. And I guess the big question is like, would I now use the plugin instead of the hardware unit? And maybe I would. Let me think about it. Because the cool thing about the hardware unit for me, well, first of all, was the sound. But now, I mean, we have a plugin that comes close to it, definitely with the same interface. Because I'm so used to setting a reverb with these three knobs that sometimes when I open a different reverb, I just get tired pretty quickly. And I'm like, let's just grab the Raumzeit machine, because I will do it quicker that way, even if I have to route the signal outwards. But the benefit of having this one is that because it's a hardware unit and because I mix on hardware, it's really easy to use this thing. I can connect it directly to an aux on my console or directly route it through the hardware unit. So there's a lot of ease of use for me in using the hardware unit over the software unit. However, in some situations, a software unit is actually nice to have. One of the benefits that you don't have using a hardware unit that you have using a software unit is that you can use it multiple times. With a hardware unit, you can only use it once, or you have to print the result and then, create another run for a new sound through it. And if you then want to go back and change things and stuff, that's, very tedious. So I might see myself using this plugin in the future in my workflow. You'll only know that whenever I do a new all of my plugins update video. I'm not sure about it yet. I do actually really like to use the Pro R from FabFilter for digital reverbs. I actually really prefer that thing. And the last, easiest way to support my channel is by just keep on watching. So I'll link an interesting video over here. Thanks a lot for watching, keep pushing, and bye-bye.